can see people come closer to us, but no one will actually come say hi to us.
Sheriff came to my door and served me with this right here because I didn't let him see the kids. How can I know that my kids are safe under your care?
At the hospital with a $20,000 bill because my husband at the time refused to acknowledge me on his insurance.
Settle or go to another community and find another way.
And marriage.
Women that are shaming us for taking all the Western men, you better be thankful because I could also take your husband. I just didn't do it.
Hey guys, welcome back to More to Life. Before I get into this video, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. Also, smash that notification button just to make sure you get on my videos as soon as I release them. Let's hop right into this.
Being unapproachable is actually the worst thing ever. My roommate and I have been single all of college, and I'd like to think that we are normal enough for there to be someone out there who would have some kind of interest in us, okay? Like, we're not animals. We have to be pretty in someone's eyes. We have good personalities, I'd like to think, and we radiate a pretty decent energy. Like, we've got good friends, we talk when we're out, we dance. We may have RBFs, but that's debatable. Yet no one comes up to us. We can be at a house party, we can be at the bar, no one comes up to us. And we can feel people kind of making eye contact and kind of looking, and they just won't approach us. And we can see people come closer to us, but no one will actually come say hi to us. Any guy that we've talked to, we've been put in some crazy specific scenario that gave them the ability to talk to us. And all our friends tell us that we just give off unapproachable, not in a bad way, but just people are intimidated to come up to us. We are intimidating, basically, which is the worst thing to hear, because how do you change that? I am like the least intimidating person out there. If anyone has a conversation with me, I will talk to them. I'll be out and I'll see a random person. I'll just we just start dancing with them. We talk to them. Last night we were out, and these people all night were just kind of coming near us and approaching us, but they wouldn't actually talk to us, but we can feel that they were by us the whole time. We went upstairs, they went upstairs. We were recording a video, they got in the back of our video, and we saw it after. Finally, before we were leaving, we called our Uber, and they were just standing by us. And I was like, screw this. If you're not gonna talk to me, I'm so sick of this. So I literally looked at him and I was like, you know we don't bite. I literally said that. I was like, we literally don't bite. And then he started talking to us, and then all the friends were talking to us, and they were talking to us until our Uber came. And that's the perfect example of how frustrating it is to be considered intimidating or unapproachable, because the whole night these people wanted to come up and talk to us, and they just wouldn't actually do it, but they wanted to. And the second we started a conversation, they talked to us. And it ruins your self-esteem, because you know there's nothing wrong with you deep down inside. But when you're a junior and you constantly go out on the weekends and no one...
See, she's doing all of this, right? But one thing she has to understand, men's confidence have been killed, right? But you see, when you explained what you did before the night was over, you initiated, right? You saw the guys showing interest. You met them halfway. That's what has to be done now. You just gave yourself the answer. You see a guy giving you those vibes, kind of like, remember before how a guy would know how to approach a girl? That's what they're doing. Guys are spitting themselves halfway. Like before, a woman to stare you down, and that's meeting you halfway. But then you don't know. See, guys aren't approaching because you don't know nowadays. You don't know if she's just looking at you because you have something on your face. You don't know what's going on, because then you'll approach her and she'll say, I don't want to talk to you, you creep.
You don't have a choice.
That's why. What you did was how you get men to approach you nowadays. You meet them halfway. They put themselves in position. I'm here. And think about it. If there was a position, you would have said, get away from me, you creep. Come on now.
has come up to you your whole entire time. It makes you feel people do get approached. I think that's the part that's really hard about it, is that...
Yeah, I'm going to end this right here because I pretty much answered her question. And I think going further would make no sense. Let's go on to the next video.
I just got served. My baby daddy's taking me to court. Like, a sheriff came to my door and served me with this right here because I didn't let him see the kids. And at this point, I'm just tired because I know it's his little girlfriend, Ashley.
It's delusional.
That's behind Ever since he got with her, he's been filing motion after motion after motion. And I'm here to tell both of you because I know they're watching. Look at what I'm gonna do with this.
That girl, you know what happened, right? Let me explain. Shouts out to Ashley. Before he got with Ashley, he didn't know he can file motions. Like what she's doing is illegal. A lot of guys don't know that. What happened was he got with Ashley and she understands the law. She said, no, she can't do what she's doing. So he's starting to file those motions now and it's working. What'll happen is if she doesn't allow him to see the kid, they'll throw her in jail to set up a time where he can pick up the kid, whether a boy or girl. They'll set up a time to pick up the kid and then let her out of jail when he gets the kid. It's either give him the kid or go to jail.
That. Because one thing is to not like me. And another thing is to try to drag me to court over some false allegations.
And they may see this right now. she's off a rocker.
Y'all really have been trying it. And the only reason why I didn't let the kids go over there is because I know you don't like me. Huh? And I'm never gonna allow my kids to be around people who don't like me. Because if you don't like me, how can you like my kids?
Man, yo, she needs to be stopped. People don't blame other people for something that you're doing. Like, what are they, 5? Like she's a 5-year-old. No, I don't like your mommy, so I'm gonna beat you up. Like, come on. I know it sounds childish, but yes, that's how she's talking like that, like they're thinking like that. Like, stop it. Listen, this lady needs to be thrown in jail immediately.
If you don't like me, how can I know that my kids are safe under your care? If you don't like me, how can I trust you with my precious angels that I carried for 9 months and birth? I feel like we could have discussed this over the phone.
Not buying it.
All I'm doing as a mother is protecting my children from possible harm. Because have y'all not been watching the news? All the weird stuff all these baby daddies' girlfriends be doing to children that they don't like. I'm not putting my kids in danger. And I honestly feel like the judge is gonna understand that as a mother, it is my—
Put your glasses to the side right now. I feel like the judge is gonna understand.
Stop it. Get some help.
You look crazy.
my duty to protect my kids above anything and everything. So no, my kids will not be going over there. To all the mamas that have been through this, do y'all think I need a lawyer?
Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Too much laughter, but do we think you need a lawyer? Yeah, you definitely need a lawyer. I mean, what you're doing is illegal. You're stopping the father from seeing their kids, right? And I'm happy he got with Ashley because he's starting to understand his worth. You know how many guys let years go by, getting taken to child support, never file any motions. They don't know they can file a motion, right? Women not allowing their father to see their kids, never filed any motions. They don't know they can. And for any man out there who's still in the West that still wants to be bothered, right, or that's fighting for their kids, file those motions. Get up money for a lawyer. You can find a lawyer very inexpensive, not really that cheap. Spend maybe $1,000 or so. You can find one, and depending what state you're in, you know, and have them file those motions for you and see your kids, because a lot of guys are just dealing with it. And also make sure to get that paternity test to make sure the kid is even yours.
Being pregnant after 5 miscarriages and having this miracle baby, and then walking out of the hospital with a $20,000 bill because my husband at the time refused to acknowledge me on his insurance. So those were, just the consistent.
You said refuse to acknowledge you on the insurance. Explain that to me. What are you talking about?
So for punishment of not naming his son a junior, he refused to confirm me during discharge as his wife on his insurance.
Now, I can't lie. That there is too petty. I'll tell you who it happened to. It happened to me, right? I wanted my son to be a junior. She changed his middle name. And I got messed up because my situation, my mother gave me a middle name. So I couldn't, if I would have just had my first and last name, I would have had a junior and I would have had my wish Do I blame my mom or do I blame the ex? I think I blame the ex. But anyway, I would never do that. Like that was too far, right? Yeah, she should have gave him his wish, but and that was his wife. I think she said it was his wife. Yeah, that's foul. Let me go on to the next one.
Serious question. Do you think that we have enough women who are ready to be wives for men who are ready to marry?
No.
Okay. So saying that there's some women does not do anything about the demand. If men are ready to marry, if 100,000 men are ready to marry and 50,000 women are ready to be wives, what happens to the 50,000 men who don't get a wife? What are they supposed to do? Good question.
Yeah, so that means that leaves them to settle.
They must settle. Why does men always have to settle?
Settle or go to another community and find another wife.
Exactly what we're doing, right? That's the answer. And that's what men are starting to do now. Well, men have been doing it forever, right? I did it way before the talks happening now, but still, it's becoming popular now, and it's the popular thing to do, right? Now, for any man that wants to leave, I say, don't be scared. Of course, I know you feel scared inside. I felt scared too when I first went over to the Philippines, but I got over it. And once you get over here, and no matter what country you're going to, and you start to feel love, of course, check up on the country, do some consultations before you go to find out certain things. But for the most part, a lot of countries you don't have to worry about, right? A lot of countries, you don't have to worry about somebody doing nothing crazy to you. Even going to Colombia, right? U.S. is worse than Colombia. Like a lot of people think, oh, guys are getting, there's not guys being picked off every 10 seconds. That's how to make it seem, right? That's not the case. I think 20-something guys passed in a matter of like a couple of months, but still, that's a couple of months. Now, think about it like this. Think about how many Cardi B's are in the States getting guys, right? You don't think guys are getting on the live more in the U.S.? Of course they are. They're getting set up by regular women. So, yeah, think about that and understand these places are big countries. You have to worry about at every minute, somebody looking to do you wrong. I felt like that when I first came over to the Philippines. And then I soon realized it's just not like that.
How do you make a woman happy?
Money. Spend a check. Money. Take me to fucking Paris. Money. Drop that bag. Money. 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 His pockets got to be real fat.
Guys are getting tired of that, right? That's the talk. Everywhere on social media, guys are hearing the same thing. And it's not just from black women either. It's from all women. That's all guys are hearing. But you know what? They're saying, oh, yeah, but women are taking your money when you leave. It's a big difference. They're not taking the money. They're giving something in return. And it's not as much money. Think about that. Think about a woman doing wifely duties as a girlfriend, which a lot of women are claiming nowadays. That's the new thing. Don't give wifely duties as a girlfriend. But women are giving that as girlfriends when you leave. They're letting you know. Like I remember this one guy said he was over in Colombia, right? And the woman proved herself to him because she didn't want to give him none on the first night. That was her thing. Don't give him none on the first night, right? So she went over his house, cooked, cleaned everything in his house. She showed her worth, made him a nice meal, cooked for him, right? Cleaned everything. Imagine that. A woman don't give you none, but she's over there cooking and cleaning. A guy's like, see, you know what that does to a man? If a woman's doing other things, he thinks less about the VJ. He's like, oh, she's over the first day. Okay. She's over there cooking and cleaning. She's proving her worth, right? And then you know what she did that next day? Hit him with the whippersnapper. Bang, 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 bang. All you had to do is be patient. But let me show you the OG who people have seen for years. When I seen this here, I said, all hail the king. Check it out.
Love and marriage, love and marriage.
Now think about it, guys. How long Have you seen the king? Right? Going through it with Peggy Bundy. Now, see, a lot of guys took that show, Married with Children, right? A lot of guys took that show. I know a lot of guys haven't because a lot of guys were going through it at the same time. But some people, I used to take that show as a joke. I seen that show since I was what? Oof. Like 5, 6 years old. And guys, this is many years ago. This is 38 years ago I was 5, right? So I seen this show and I didn't, you don't really understand. And then after, when I hit like 20, I said, oh, that guy was the king. He was always disgruntled. But he was disgruntled, but it was weird because I didn't feel Peggy was all that bad. She was bad, but she wasn't that bad, but she still was bad. But yeah. And he was miserable all the time. So look at this picture here, y'all. Of course, that was his wife. And he had another Peggy, but he went from this down below to that up top. Right? So this man is literally the original, right? The original, the king. And he's not, I don't think he's a passport bro necessarily, but still.
To all the Western women that are shaming us for taking all the Western men, you better be thankful because I could also take your husband. I just didn't do it.
Emotional damage.
You owe me one.
Exactly. Damn. She woke up and chose violence. But it's true. It's true. You know how many women's husbands are being taken? I did a video the other day of a woman's husband that was taken to Brazil. About a month ago, 2 months ago, of a woman's husband that was taken to Colombia. And she's from the Philippines, and guess where they're getting taken to? Women's husbands are being taken for Filipinas. Why are so many men deciding to give everything up at the drop of a hat? These guys are going on vacation, finding love and saying peace and calling home and divorcing their ladies. Now, I don't like to see that happen, but if there's a problem, this is the solution. Guys getting up and leaving is the solution. And guys are realizing that. Guys are going around these women, and as I explained earlier, he may not get none the first night, and she's cooking and cleaning, and the guy says that and goes. And then, you know what happens? Years later, nothing changes. Year later, nothing changes. A year later, nothing changed. Maybe he has some kids with her. Nothing changed. She's still giving up the hootenanny. She's still cooking and cleaning. So a guy goes, this is the way. Man, I need to leave, or I'm happy I left. Because he realizes,
This is the way.
passport, bro. Passport, no. What I was going through back home, it's definitely more to life than going through that.